flash away. The constellations appear to guide you. Align for you to me, let it shine for all to see. Make a wish and know the stars will hear you. Watch the stars, know that they will guide you. Watch them shine and glow, and so I hope you'll see me there, shining bright. Come with me and gather stars, gather them from near and far. I'll paint the sky with sparkling bits of stardust. Come on, watch tonight and see me fly, painting lights high in the sky. Above among the stars to lead you to me. So when it feels like you flash away, the constellations are here to guide you. Align from you to me, let it shine for all to see. Someday I hope that we will meet also across the galaxy, to gather bits of stars and bring them to light the path between you and me. I'll fly throughout the Milky Way so you could someday see how I sparkle and shine. I want to be the brightest star throughout all the sky. Late at night, watching the stars revolve around me. Please tell me if you can see me in the sky. Come on, look up at the stars, make a wish. Say a smile, make your wishes come true. You feeling me? Watch tonight and see me fly, painting lines high in the sky. Above among the stars to lead you to me. So when it feels like you flash away, the constellations appear to guide you. Align from you to me, let it shine for all to see. A star below me still shine bright, but constellations paint the sky. A secret meant for you to lead you to a place where all your dreams can come true. I hope your dreams shine bright one day. We'll live among the stars, burning bright in the sky. Astronomers will gather just to see how you shine. Late at night, watching the shooting stars pass by me. Do you think I could grant wishes just like that? Come on, look up at the stars, make your wishes. Like a smile, make your wishes come true if you let me. Watch tonight and see me fly, painting lights high in the sky. And path among the stars to lead you to.
Hello, I'm Gumi. I'm a self-produced solo idol from Australia performing in Japan. And you are watching IDOLEYEZ.
My name is Eggy Drago. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. Former VTuber, current human being? God, she's so pretty. Oh my god. It was back in early 2024 when I went to an idol concert in Japan on a whim because of my VTuber Oshi who graduated. Needless to say, I got hooked. I think we like idols. After meeting and talking to 2 English-speaking idols there, I realized every single idol has a story, be it why they chase this dream, their ups and downs, and even their future after all this. And that's what I'm here to do. To learn more about idol culture, listen and talk to idols around the world, be it from Australia to Japan to here in the US, and to give them a platform to tell their story. Every idol has a dream and a story to tell. This is IDOLEYEZ. A veteran of the cosplay scene and 1/3 of Project Constellation, Barri joins the show to talk about her idol journey. All eyes on me. IDOLEYEZ, episode 48. Barri, tonight. Is it gonna load? Will it load your webcam? It loads.
Hey.
Whoa. Oh my god. Hello. Hi. Ni hao.
Oh my
Annyeong.
God.
We are
Hello.
here. We are here. Hi. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. I am unmuted. I am Mighty Eggy Drago, and we are here for IDOLEYEZ episode 48. We've had 48 of these, my god. But we are here with our guest for tonight. She is a cosplay scene veteran. She is a finalist in the World Cosplay Summit representing Team USA. She is the Simon Cowell of cosplay judging, and also a member of Project Constellation. And the webcam froze. I don't know what happened there. Oh,
No.
there we go. We're back.
No.
This is Barri. Hello. Pachi, 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 pachi.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Hi. Am I supposed to say something here?
I guess
Do I introduce myself? Hello.
you could,
I'm
yeah.
Barri. I have a little flippy in my hair. Hi, I'm Barri. I have been cosplaying. How many years? 19 years this year.
19?
I started in 2006. Don't do the math on my age. I am old. I also have been performing as an idol since 2019. But I've done a couple dance things before that, and I am also the fun-loving teal member of Project Constellation, Lyra.
Wow. Neat. Neato. So let's get this show on the road as we take every guest back to the past with this single question I ask everyone. Well, no, little spin before that. Because you did start in the cosplay scene. Might as well talk about that. Even before, like, becoming an idol. Like, how did you first get into the cosplay scene?
So, in high school, I had a couple friends that I was, like, trying to not be in anime, because, like, I knew about, like, the stereotypical weeaboo, and, like, this was also the early 2000s. So, I didn't really want to be that weeaboo, so I, like, stayed away. But I did end up making friends with these two girls who I happened to be co-workers with at swim lessons that we all taught at our high school. And they were like, "You want to come to Otakon with us?" And I was like, I mean, I liked anime. I wasn't like I said, I just didn't want to be that weeb. I had my other weird moments, trust me. But I didn't want to be the Naruto headband wearing weeb. But you know what? Sometimes you can't run away from who you really are. But yeah, and they asked me to go to Otakon. They made my first costume. It was terrible. It was made, I say that like not negative. It's just it was from the time. It wasn't great.
What was it for?
And it was made from costume satin and upholstery vinyl. So yeah.
What was
and then
the
from there I started making my own costumes, and the rest is history as far as cosplay.
I see.
Yeah.
What was the cosplay, like, what character was it for?
The character that I did was Minami Shimahara from the hit 90s television anime series Neo Ranga, which I'm sure you've never heard of.
That is a deep cut that I don't know.
It's okay. The only reason we did those was because I think we vaguely had hair, because we didn't wear wigs. We just went with our own hair, and I had red hair, and one of the characters had red hair, so we were like, great, these ones work, and it's a trio, so we'll do this one. And I was like, sure. So I'm like, it wasn't that exciting. But my first costume that I made and put together myself was also probably a deep cut that you've never heard of, Meg from Burst Angel.
I think I heard of Burst Angel before. I probably watched an episode of it years back, but yeah.
Yeah, it's another interesting. Again, I didn't wear wigs, which is
Mm.
really funny because I am a wig stylist professionally now. So, you know, like I said, you can't run away from who you really are.
um, I guess with that, transitioning into I guess idol, um, from like joining like the cosplay scene
Hmm.
to finding out about like J-pop or like idol culture, how
Hmm.
long of a gap was that?
So it was pretty small, I would say. I honestly like didn't really heavily start getting significantly into cosplay until around 2011. Like I was making a costume like every year up until then and just attending like one con, but like in 2011 I started going to like multiple cons. So I went to KatsuCon for the first time and I've made um I started kind of leveling up. And as I did that, the Idolmaster anime started airing,
Ooh.
and the original Namco Pro anime, I'm pretty sure. So uh, I watched that, became completely. I was like, I want to be the blonde one because again, I self ident despite my pink hair for the last however long I've had pink hair. I identify as a blonde.
Mm.
But anyway, so that has reflected in my like cosplay choices, I feel like. Because obviously like you have Miki, you have Cheryl. Honestly though, that was just that just happened. But yeah, so I pretty much I also my wife Luluko, my cosplay wife Luluko, she introduced me to Macross Frontier, and that is pretty much was the end of it in terms of me being unsafe from idols. So I found Cheryl Gnome and I have found idols. After that, I pretty much I was friends with Ichigo Kitty. She was kind of like the first like major like Idolmaster cosplayer on the East Coast.
Mm.
There were only like maybe 4 or 5 at the time. She had put together a couple groups, and then I don't know how I got invited to this group, but I got invited to this group where we all made we had the full 13 girls, including twins as twins,
Whoa.
like Ami and Mami. We had as they were actual identical twins, and we did the Burger Skater costumes, which are very silly. Um, they're like these like kind of like they're called Burger Skater and they are just kind of these like waitressy looking outfits. They're very cute in a weird, ugly way. And they're also red, white, and blue and yellow.
God bless America
But
and
yeah, so
McDonald's.
we were also the first Namco Pro group in the full Namco Pro group in the U.S., which was really cool. With that, and then, yeah, pretty much from there, I became friends with all those people, and we started doing a bunch of groups together. And, you know, as with idols comes dances, you got I'm Ready. I just kind of started getting into, I was like, ooh, that's like, as I started making more and more idol costumes, I was like, well, I should do something with these other than just have them and wear them. Like,
Right.
of course I've always enjoyed like music performance and dancing and stuff. So I was like, well, this seems like the most natural next step. But I didn't really like do any like super hardcore pursue anything until like I said about 2019.
Mm. So in 2019, um, what made you like really, really like go for it?
So basically it just was the right place at the right time, honestly. It was I had met Tama what like 2 or 3 years before that, and I love you, Tama. That's my sister. Um, she and we just kind of like cooked up, like doing an idol group together, and that is what became Starstruck. I had not really been like close friends with Jenny, but I had like known about Jenny for a very long time. Jenny Bond, love you too. And then our fourth origin, like from the OG4, uh, was uh, was Ember. who I'm sorry, they used to go by a different name, but yeah, so they go by Ember now. And I was just like, sure, let's do this. I also was just like, I had been casually learning dances. I had done a couple like small performances with like just a random ragtag group of idol cosplayers to do like Miracle Wave at One Anime USA. That is my one like Love Live dance experience, which is strange to think about, but yeah. So yeah, I pretty much just kind of was like, sure, let's do this. And at the time, we weren't like anticipating or knowing about COVID,
Oh, right.
and that kind of really put a kind of a nail in that coffin.
I see. So
At
like,
least as far as Starstruck is concerned, but that segues into me joining Constellation too. So
I see. I guess before we talk about Constellation,
yes,
you are Barry. How did you come up with that name?
Barry is my real name.
Legit? Legit?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's my real name.
okay. I see.
I've had the same username since I was 13.
Oh.
I'm really like not creative. Like I was like, I can't be like I was embarrassingly I was like FoxChan 707, which is 707 is like our like street number at our house.
Oh.
So I wasn't very creative. And so I was like, you know what? My name's pretty cool. It's pretty unique. It's not like I'm named Sarah or something. So no hate to Sarah's, but it's not Barry. Yeah, so yeah, but that's my birth name, which is very also another odd thing I feel like in this community to see people go by their birth names.
Go by their real names? Yeah. Like on the top of my head, Aiden. Who else? That's literally it. That's
Yeah.
people that've been on
I mean,
IDOLEYEZ
Jenny
and
sort of because her name is Jennifer.
I see.
But
So
obviously her last name is not legally Bond, unfortunately.
damn. But yeah,
It's
I guess Bonifer. That's two idols that have been on IDOLEYEZ that have their real name as their stage name now. So
Yep.
that's a good
Yep.
trivia question. But I guess before Constellation, and you did
Mhm.
briefly talk about it. What would you describe? What would you say was like the very first like idol performance that you've done? Be it like a cover group, be it like original, or
I had done like casual like hallway dancing with a couple things, but I would say like my significant was Colossal Con East in September of 2019, because that was my first time really like going on stage and doing singing and dancing, which was, and also again it was Starstruck's debut stage, so that was it. Yeah, I sang Sekan Hiko, pretty not greatly. It wasn't a very good, like, I don't know. We had a lot of cheers. We had a lot of people there for us, which I was very happy about and very grateful. But that was definitely not a great performance for me. The others did pretty okay. We had a lot of chaos, but that's like the definition of our group. So.
do you want to talk about it?
What about Starstruck?
Sure, why not?
Or about
The chaos?
The live. The live, it was mostly other people's antics. That was silly, not mine.
Okay.
I'm the one who held the 3 brain cells in Starstruck. Or the 4 brain cells. They all or no, I had 3 brain cells. They had 1. So if that says anything, I was kind of the straight man of the group.
Prior to like these performances, did you have like any like experience in like choir, dance classes, or just
So I started playing flute when I was 10 years old, and I am classically trained. I was in band, concert band, marching band, color guard. Color guard is where you do flag dancing if you're not familiar. So that's really where I started getting my performance stuff was in high school when I was doing mostly, I would say the most like I guess performance-y would have been marching band because it's using your full body as well as being able to play your instrument at the same time and follow formations and all that. And then I also had joined the color guard mostly in the winter guard, which as we called it, which was it went all year and it was an indoor competition. So like we would compete against other schools in the area in the like with performances. So that's where I kind of learned how to dance. I'm still not very great at dancing, to be quite honest, but I have the basics a little bit. I think the but yeah, and then I also continued playing my flute and going on to college to play in my university's marching band. And so I played flute and piccolo there. I also joined the band sorority, and from there, I had done a little bit of singing in high school, but honestly, I was never really confident in my voice. But in college, once I had joined this sorority, we do singing. Like we have like songs that like we're required to learn to like be initiated into the organization and all that. So. And I mean, once you kind of get a little bit more musical, I feel like you just kind of develop a little bit of singing ability from that too, I think, just from being able to just listen to it.
Right.
But then I actually got a compliment from one of my sisters about my singing voice, and I was like, oh, is it actually like okay? Like I was convinced it wasn't for the longest time, which is why I picked flute, because I like being on top and being the loudest. So,
Gotcha. So with that, that definitely helped like your experience on stage as an
yes.
idol, for sure.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Starstruck did some performances. COVID happens. Starstruck disbands? Question mark.
We never really disbanded officially. We're like, I guess on high. I don't know. We at this point we're disbanded because we haven't touched the project in years.
Okay.
And we pretty much just agreed to kind of just stop. So I miss and love dearly all of them. At least the original four members and oh God. Why is it not coming to me? Oh my God. Notice the Saki Chiki and the Siljon. Yes. Yes, my Saki Chiki.
Was there another member? Or?
Yes, we had two other members that we had like kind of taken on like after like we had done a couple like like our like proper debut and such. Where we had it was this girl Sammy who they knew from DTP, and why am I forgetting her name? She was our light blue member, and I can picture her, but her name is escaping me, and I am so sorry.
Sorry, blue member.
Sorry. But yeah, so yeah, we performed at MagFest in 2020, and then then
COVID happened 2 months
we were
later.
like, well, and then Jenny moved to Chicago, which she was living in Pittsburgh before, so it was a lot closer. So it wasn't gonna work out. Tori, there we go.
Tori.
I'm sorry, Tori.
Shout out to Tori.
Don't hate me, Tori. I love you. You're so cute and talented. She's been doing. She was in Otacon's Annie Beat last year. She did lovely. She was wonderful.
That's awesome. So COVID happened. Starstruck hiatus. In the meantime, what idol-related stuff did you do during lockdown?
During COVID, I would say honestly, it just would be cosplay stuff. I did do so actually as of July of that year, it was still like things were still pretty closed down. I think think Otakon was having a fundraiser, so Annie Beat put on an Idol Fest to kind of be like a Save Otakon, and I wanted to participate because Otakon's my home con. It's like, it's not really my home con, but it's my first con, so it's my home con. So I contacted Ellie Eberts, who is our leader and founding member, to see if she wanted to collaborate on something, either as herself or as Project Constellation, because at that time it was only one member. It was only her. So I was like, yeah, why not? Like, we can try it out. So we made a video. She ended up deciding that we were, and that's how Project Constellation became 2 members.
I see. Because, like, the very first video on the YouTube channel is a cover of something, and it's you and Ellie, right?
Yes.
I see. So that's how do you want to call it Constellation or Project Constellation?
We mostly call it Constellation.
All right. So
Constellation
Constellation
is a mouthful.
So
there's no good way to like shorten it even further, so it's just Constellation.
Could do CST.
CST. That's also hard to say. It's not like it can be like pro-con. Like that's a whole new meaning. Which I'm like, pro-con, like, you know, like take the first sound of each, like most idol groups do, and I'm like, no, pro-con just sounds like
that sounds
we're a
pretty
of
So Constellation forms, 2 members, video cover. Can you elevator pitch like the lore about the group?
Yeah. So the like character lore about it, as opposed to like our like getting together as a group lore. The character lore is basically they're, as of right now, since we've been a 3-member group for 4 years now, we have kind of established a bit of like in-world lore essentially, where we all represent our own constellation. So we have, obviously, we all pick names and represent the constellation that belongs to that name. So as that the story goes, Orion is like, I've done everything there is to do. She sees an idol concert and really likes it and goes like, wow, that's fun. So she comes to Earth and becomes an idol, and that is the beginning of Project Constellation. Lyra sees this, because obviously all the stars know each other, of course, that she goes, well, I've done everything there is fun to do up here, but what is Orion doing? Orion's doing something that looks really fun. I should join her. So then it becomes 2, and then the 3rd member, Cygnus, she chose to have her character be having already arrived and living on Earth by the time that the 2 of the others arrived, and and sees again Orion and Lyra perform, and is inspired to join, and we are the 3, and that's kind of, and then we just want to we want your dreams to shine as bright as the sun.
I think that's like the
Yes, that's
the motto. Yeah, the tagline at the end of the website.
No, may your dreams shine as bright as the stars. I'm getting this really wrong. Sorry, Ellie and Kiwi. I'm sorry.
So when did Cygnus join the group?
Cygnus joined. She joined when we were She joined a couple months before her official debut. I believe we debuted like officially as 3 in like January 2021. I think. I think they moved that fast. I have no idea. It's whenever the Start Line video came out, that was our first cover as 3. And because we all live, of course, physically far apart, all of our covers kind of with the whole COVID thing was kind of going was that like, you know, like people were doing virtual covers together and like clipping their videos together and all that.
Yeah.
So we were inspired by that, and that's kind of how we do a majority of our previous covers. And then once things started lifting, we started being able to do some in-person stuff as well.
Do you let's go with this. What makes Lyra different compared to you, to Barry?
Lyra is a bit more of a kind of like my like part of my personality a bit dialed up to like a little bit like up to 9. So it is definitely on the realms of playing a character. I honestly didn't have much other than she loves fun. So that's why she became the fun-loving teal member. Also because she's specifically teal, not blue.
Not blue.
The reason behind that being Ellie told me I could not be lime green.
Why?
In the group. She's like, sorry, it's not a color of the sky.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, fair. So I picked the closest color that would look nice with her. And also, I happen to have that light blue wig. So I was like, I'm going to be teal, which is green blue.
I see. Well, it is.
So she's kind of like just very happy-go-lucky, no thoughts, head empty, just wants to have fun. Which again, I just is kind of me, but not like to the like crazy extent that I would play it up a little bit as Lyra. But yeah, that's really it. I generally wanted to keep a lot of elements of myself just so it was easy to kind of be there as Lyra.
So with that, I mean, like the teal color is pretty iconic, I'd say. Makes you stand out.
Yes.
So because of lockdown gets lifted, you start to do more in-person stuff, in-person covers. Do you remember like the very first like idol performance that you did in front of a crowd as Constellation?
As Constellation?
Yeah.
I believe the first one that we did was it Northwest Idol Festival 2022? I think it was.
Wouldn't it be?
Yeah, it was October 2022. Yeah, we were part of Northern Lights.
What about hang on. What
Cygnus
about
couldn't make it that year, so we just chose to perform as a duo because I was like, well, I'm not going.
Didn't you guys like perform at Otakon way before that or no?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
It was the Annabeat Festival with like Pinku and Aiden.
Yeah. Never mind. Yes, no, that was the time. Oh my gosh. Again, yes, thank you. Oh my god. I don't know why. I was thinking, oh yeah, because Ellie and I did duo stuff first, so that makes sense that was first. But no, that was not first. You were correct. Yes, it was Annabeat, the Annabeat Edda Festival in 2022. We were it was a lot of like build up. So we practiced in a very interesting way. We actually record ourselves on our phones in the vertically, so that they're easier to like string together, and also so we can use the selfie cam to hit play. Also, it doesn't matter what quality it is at that point. So we like clip all of our we all hit play, or like we'll sync up the videos, and that's how we rehearse and go over and discuss differences, what we should improve on, and such like that. So we had been doing that up until then, but we definitely kind of crammed in as much rehearsal time before that. So like Thursday night, we rehearsed for a good couple hours, just because that was literally the first time we had ever been 3 together. So it was definitely an interesting experience, but I think we all work well in such a way that like we can lock in and stay focused. And like we also only have like usually like a day or two of actual rehearsal time together.
So Otakon, Annabeat Festival, and then I think after that would have been, because that would have been August 22, and then
yes, so
Northwest
Idol Festival would have been after that.
October.
Yes.
So like that would have been the first or second Northern Lights Festival.
No, it was the first Northern Lights Festival.
First
I
one.
thought you meant second year. It was the second year of Northern.
Second, yeah, okay. So, how was that performance as a
It was really
two-person act?
cool. The performance itself was definitely not a bad one. It wasn't perfect, but it was fun. We had a good time. We sang a song, and the Wora in the audience committed war crimes by we sang da 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 Star Trail by Garnadelia.
Oh,
And it's a very slow song, very beautiful song. We had actually either had released it as a cover or were planning to release it as a cover, so that was why it was kind of in our repertoire. Uh, and I was like, go ahead, mix to it, do it. You won't. And they did, and it was incredible. So that was great. We also did Tiny Stars, which was fun. That was a cover that Ellie and I had done in person in Seattle when I went to visit her and Lulu when she lived up there as well. And what else? I think it was only 2 songs, but no, it was a really really wonderful, really cool special event. Of course, Phoebe was there, Alex Pinku was there, Jenny Baum was there, all the stars. But yeah, no, it was definitely, and we also actually that year we didn't just perform. We also, Ellie and I judged. They had a cosplay contest, which they never brought back after that. Well, actually, no, they had it the second year, and then they didn't.
they did bring it back for 24.
We had
Yeah.
we had what, 5 entries, 6 entries, I think.
Mm.
So we gave out a best performance and a best craftsmanship because I think we only had 3 craftsmanship entries total, and that was the contest. But you know, I think there is definitely an element of I wish more idols would make their like learn how to sew and like make. I don't know. Maybe it's just that I really like to do that. So, but there aren't super. I've noticed a ton of like idols who either cosplay wise or original that don't actually construct their own costumes, which is totally fine. I mean, sewing's a very hard skill, and being good at it is even harder, and takes just a lot of time. But anyway, I think we tried it, and you know that's all we could ask.
I see. Might as well just like get into the side tangent since you did bring up idol costumes. Yeah. So I looked through your press kit because I needed to do research. Saw you host a panel called Idol Costume Boot Camp. As someone who is well in tune with making cosplays and judging them as well, what makes a good idol costume stand out?
A good idol costume, I would say, is clean craftsmanship. So like everything's really sharp, well pressed. And I also would really like to see like thoughtful details as opposed to just throwing a bunch of crap on just to throw a bunch of crap on.
Right.
The like just how it fits the body, which is definitely can be a challenge, especially if you are commissioning or wearing a commissioned costume. Obviously, I'm not gonna judge you necessarily in that respect, but how it fits the body is generally a really big thing. Just because sometimes like you can get weird shapes, and since it is such a visual thing to be perform like for you're up on stage, you're in this costume, that the costume itself, like the shape of the costume that it makes, the silhouette is very important. So kind of either having that work to suit your body and just not be like baggy in some weird spots that just can create a weird messy shape and just kind of bring the like vision down.
Right.
The other thing I really like to see is sparkles, of course. I love when I was in Tokyo, I was studying all the
I was gonna ask.
Oh my god, like I was like, oh good, I can get right up front and right up close and see all their costumes. I like took pictures of a couple of them just to see the costumes. And I just really love to see just a clean silhouette, thoughtful details, and a good amount of sparkle. Sometimes I think there needs to be a balance with sparkle. I would love to say put sparkle on everything, but sometimes if you mix and match, there's different types of sparkles, and if you mix and match them, they start getting kind of crazy.
I see. Do you have like a what's like one outfit that like stood out to you when you went to Japan?
I really liked Sayonara Stay Tuned. I really like their costumes. I'm also really in my like tweed era. I've been really enjoying a good tweed. Um, I don't know. They're really beautiful. They were these really nice tweed out two pieces. They had all different skirt silhouettes, which I really enjoy. They had a little bit of a fur trim. And then I also am I'm a sucker for member color outfits. And they were member color outfits.
Yeah. I like, I just like the actually incorporating the like actual Oshi color into the uniform.
Yeah. So. No, I've seen a couple like where it's either a more uniform style outfit where like everyone is in the same thing, but then they have like an Oshi color pendant or an Oshi color detail or accent or something. I really like to see that sometimes when like you're going for like a more uniform look, at least as far as groups. Or I just love to see a good rainbow on stage. I just have a good give me all your member colors on stage.
Yeah, because like Mermal have like the same outfit and then like one accent on their arm or something. That
actually Mermal's outfits, they're all the same fabrics, but they're all actually different.
Oh, yeah.
They all kind of coincide together, which is another big like trend with idol group costumes, is that like everyone's costume is a little different. So like if you look at example like the Project Constellation costumes, they are all different. My sash goes over from left to right. Cygnus's goes from right to right to left, and Orion has both crosses in her sash. We have different skirt styles. So there's just a lot of examples, but like it's the same with Mermal. They have similar elements and similar like design things, but they're all different actually, and I really like that about Mermal's group, even if the costumes are a little questionable wise. Sorry, Mermal.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it, but like, yeah, I do. I dig it. I dig it. Hi,
but yeah,
if you're
no.
watching.
So yeah, that's another having everyone in a slightly different costume, and then having one Oshi like section that's an Oshi color is also really just that nice pop of color.
Do you have a favorite or like an outfit that stands out in like the U.S. scene or no?
In the U.S. scene, I really love Phoebe. Always has really adorable outfits.
Oh yeah.
Phoebe's got great outfits. Who else? Us. We have good outfits.
you know what? Yeah.
Constellation has good outfits. Shout out to Kiwi for designing those. And who else? I feel like a lot of groups, which I get, because like if you don't know how to sew, commissioning a costume is a lot of money. It is. I get why a lot of groups don't really have like super standout. I believe Pawn Ranger, I actually really like their costumes. Their costumes are always really fun. They're very unique, which I really like too. Let's see, who else has nice?
I do love Pengi's costume.
Yeah, Pengi is yes. Yeah, no, Pengi has a really cool one. Maya does great work. I've been following Maya's sewing, and I love seeing her post her new costumes for everyone. And I'm
Shout
like,
out to Marmalade. Yeah. Yeah.
I always try and guess. But no, Pengi's is really cool. I like both of Pengi's actually. Pengi has the one that's more penguin-like. But I definitely really like the one that Maya made for her because it's very cool and it suits Pengi very well.
Yeah. Shout out to Pengi and Marmalade. Marmalade was on like a really early episode.
Sorry, Marmalade, not Maya.
Government name Maya.
I'm sorry, I call everyone by their government name. I'm like, unless you specifically tell me to not, I'm going to call you probably by your what I know is your real name.
Yeah, I'm too used to like everyone's I guess stage name.
I guess this is just my old school. Like I it's also like for me, it's like you're in my inner circle if I use your real name.
Yeah, I do the same thing. If you
Like,
know
it's
me, you
like,
can use my name.
I know you enough to call you by your real name. It's kind of like how like the Japanese drop like pronouns and stuff when they become closer and whatnot, or use different pronouns when they become closer. So yeah, it's very much. I just am like, you know, we're buddies now. We're buddies. I know your real name. You obviously know my real name because although I guess most people don't believe that it's my real name.
I mean,
Or don't know it's my real name. I don't know. I mean, I also it doesn't help that I have a fake long version of my name, which is Barracuda. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
Penky says they like Aiden's costume too. I do like Aiden's
I
new
like
costume.
the costume that the one they had when they were wearing in Japan when they had with the purple.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The one that she's a member of Danzu. Danzu also had really fun costumes. I should have Danzu also had really cool costumes. Danzu Dash. They're an old idol group. R.I.P. Danzu.
All right. Little bit off that side tangent. Might as well get back to Constellation. Cause when you joined the group and when it was founded, what were some goals that you wanted to achieve?
So I honestly, and I've been thinking personally about like my goals as a performer, as a cosplayer, recently a lot, and I realize I just kind of do things to just because they bring me joy. And I don't really have so much of a deeper meaning behind a lot. I know that's not like the best, I guess, answer. But as far as that, I really just wanted to like connect more with Ellie. I really respect her as an artist and fellow performer. So it was more of a I didn't really want to do it by myself, and obviously was willing to kind of connect through across the country, literally, because she lives in the Pacific Northwest. And so it was just about enjoying myself, having fun, learning, actually putting in more effort to presenting dances and songs and stuff that I had been learning. I sing all the time now. I sing in the car all the time. So I'm always learning new songs. And if you're ever in the car with me, we'll always have a karaoke session. Karaoke session, yes.
Peggy talking about Dance Dash.
Yes. Sorry, I'm like I can barely. It's like really small on my screen.
I mean, yeah, it'd probably be better if you just have it on browser instead of.
Yeah, true.
But what would you say are the regular songs that you would perform on a typical Constellation set list?
See, the hard thing is that we really have only had an opportunity to perform as three times now? Two? No, we've only performed as three twice. But I've performed with Ellie, and Kiwi and Ellie have performed as well together. So we pretty much just go on, whatever songs we're learning. We don't really have, because we don't do lives very frequently. Just because of the distance. What we do put out in covers is more, we do we've been doing a lot of Idolmaster, but that's probably my
your influence.
I'm a ride or die I'm a producer until the end. But, we, I guess, have Gathering Stars. We'd love to start building a bigger like set of original music. We are working on another song. We do have this will be number 3 technically. We're also looking to put out a video for Silver Linings, which is the B-side
B-side.
of Gathering.
I see. Might as well segue into talking about Gathering Stars, because in April 2023 you officially released the song, but prior to that you did preview it in
Yes,
prior performances. When did the group start working on the song?
We started working on the song about a year prior, so we moved pretty quick once we were 3 that we wanted to start doing original music. Just because I guess 2022 was kind of around when it was kind of like, I don't want to say it's a rite of passage for being a Kaiga idol, but I feel like it's kind of becoming almost a standard. I don't love that it's a standard, just because I think it makes the barrier of entry much higher. Especially because it's just like, if you want to be an idol, just do it. Just perform a song that exists. But anyway, yeah, so we started working on it. We started just deciding that we wanted, and then we commissioned All Might Studio. We were like one of his first like commissions ever, which is kind of wild how far he's come too. So we got the instrumental. We took some time again to, so it was probably about a 13 to 14 month process.
I see. With that, I guess like the foundation of that song, were there like any influences or like any songs that you wanted to pull from, and then you showed like the producer, hey, I kind of want this like that?
Yeah, we had when we were deciding on the songs, all 3 of us came with kind of our playlist, and we kind of picked and chose. Oh my god, not choose. We picked and chose kind of the sounds we like. What I can tell you what are, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I can tell you.
Hi chat. Hi Jay. Hi Pengy. Hi idol apologist.
Hi, thank you for coming. Let's see.
Chat, did you have dinner yet? I hope you had dinner or lunch.
You should eat dinner.
Or breakfast.
Dinner if you haven't eaten dinner.
If you haven't had breakfast.
Oh my god, if you're on the other side of the world. If you're on East Coast, you better have eaten dinner already. I want to say Awazora No Jumping Heart was one of them, but I also think that was a different song that we listened to for that. I honestly, I wish I could remember. We it was a couple, like, I think Garenge was also on there, on that list. So it was not Awazora Jumping Heart.
Demon Slayer?
Very different songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted just kind of like a classic like anime opening style feel to our music. Again, like I said, I have a lot of influence from Idolmaster and a lot of other 2D animation 2D idols. So that's pretty much where a lot of it came from.
I see. With that, with the influences, comes with like writing lyrics. So like, what message were you trying to convey with said lyrics?
We wanted to kind of use this first song as kind of a way to pull people into our world. We were gathering the stars of and bringing everyone together.
Okay. With that, song made, song finished, but in January 2023, the group like launched a fundraiser campaign for the music video. And the deadline was around March, so like less than 2 months from that date. What was the campaign like running?
The campaign, we put a lot of like thought and planning into it, because we were like, all right, this is gonna be not inexpensive to hire All Might to do all of this music production for us. So we kind of looked at what things we could offer people that might be interesting to people. Obviously, we got classic stuff like Checky as like a low level, put you guys' name in the video as another lower level. So we kind of spent, I think, probably about a month or two planning the campaign. I think we had from the initial get-go an idea of wanting to do one.
Right.
Just because we felt we were, I mean, we were like, yeah, I mean, we can cover it if we need to cover it, but it would be really nice if we could continue to do this and get and just kind of put our money towards more things to make it even a better production.
Right. So, do you remember when the campaign reached its goal? Was it like really near the
campaign
deadline?
actually reached its goal in like 2 days.
What? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, we were shocked. We were like, what?
Where did all the donations come from? Like,
They actually, most of them came from people who knew us from outside of Constellation. I would say it was mostly like friends of ours that wanted to support our endeavors. Most of the people were like, I have no clue what you're doing, but I want to help you out. So here you go.
I see. I was
So
okay.
like, sure. And of course, yeah, we had like some other like idols and the fans donate, but most of it I would say are coming from our friends who are very generous and love us no matter what we're doing. So it was just really nice to even see that, and also, you know, be able to kind of be able to afford to bring a really cool production together.
I see. So with that, everything funded. Is there anything interesting, any tidbits that you want to talk about with shooting the music video?
Yeah. Oh my God, the music video, we shot it in over a weekend in March in Salt Lake City. We were not anticipating it being very cold and not spring yet, which we to this day don't know why we still decided that, other than that we just really wanted to get the song put together ASAP. So we had a couple roadblocks that we ran into when we first got there. Since there were no trees and no leaves on the trees and no like flowers, as we were intending to have like a lot more like flowers and greenery for parts of it. We actually all of those the set with us in the casual wear and the like the telescope and whatnot, that was all actually filmed in a plant store.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were like, oh crap, there's like everything's dead still. Like there's nothing. Like even the actually, you know, the drone shot in that video as well. Ellie worked her movie magic to make that grass green. Yeah, it was filming with the drone was really fun though. We were in a park. We just kind of used that, and like I said, the movie magic. And then we filmed at the Capitol, which, other than the fact that as we were leaving, it was like really windy and really breezy out, and we went outside. This was day 2 of filming, and it just started downpouring. We were in our white long dresses, wearing ballet slippers, and we had to get to the car at the bottom of the hill, at the end, away from in the parking lot that's down a hill from the place that the building we were shooting in, the Capitol. The Capitol is beautiful though. That was where the marble area that we filmed in was. And then the third day we drove up to the what is it? The salt flats. We intended on shooting like really beautiful sunrise photos on the salt flats, just because get that really light. I don't know if you know anything about them, but like where there's water, it is it's very shallow, so if it's a clear day, it shows a beautiful reflection, like if you stand in it. And also if not, it's just all like white sand, like white salt, basically. So and that plan was majorly foiled It's so the Salt Flats are about a 2-hour drive from the Salt Lake City, which is where our Airbnb was and where we did a majority of our filming. And we drove. We're like, all right, we'll see what we can do. We'll see. The Salt Flats were flooded.
Oh,
So
oh no.
And it was very cold. So it was very not fun to be out in our dresses because it was cold and windy. So those sparkler shots, oh my god. Those sparkler shots, we took at least an hour trying to get our lighter to work because it was so windy. So we ended up going behind, like, there was like a bathroom building. It was a truck stop, so there's like a bathroom building, and we went. We're like, all right, well, if we go behind the building, it'll block the wind to an extent. So we did that, and we finally got the sparklers to work. And we're like, we're getting the hell out of here. We're going home. It's cold. So we were like, all right. And then we had originally planned to do some sunrise stuff, and we're like, no, absolutely not. So thankfully the sunrise stuff was for our original idea for our Silver Linings video, but it obviously never came to fruition in the way we wanted it to. And that is kind of one of our like main things, is we always strive to put out something that we are proud of and like something that like is a high quality.
I see. I mean, it is a good music video, so money well spent.
Yes, no,
so.
Ellie's the mastermind behind most of it. I helped with other stuff. But Ellie's the one who did. She directed it for the most part, and did the storyboarding and all that. But Ellie does a lot. She's great. She's a great leader, great person.
MVP of Constellation, it seems.
He really is, though.
Speaking of Silver Linings, might as well talk about it. Like, might as well go through the same thing. Like, any influences that you wanted to pull from for that B-side specifically?
For the B-side, we know we wanted something a bit more dreamy sounding and more of a. This was more of truly to kind of be like an uplifting message of, we know there are hard times, but we want to bring you happiness and take away your fears in a way, like through our performance kind of thing. So I'm trying to think if we had any particular. I think Garnadelia was a big one, influence for that one. Like a lot of their slower stuff, like Star Trail, and what's the other one that we did? What the other one was. It's another slow Star Trail song. So it was mostly, yeah, Garnadelia influence, sound. We also had All Might Do That track as well, just because we were like, all right, well, we kind of got to the B-side a little late in the game for like our planning and stuff, which was still like 6 months. Like, it wasn't finished when Otakon rolled around, for example. Like when we had just before we had start like in 22, where we had just kind of started teasing Gathering Stars. It was kind of just an inkling at that point, so there wasn't. It was, unfortunately, I would say, to be quite honest, a little bit rushed on our part. But you know, we still put it out. We're still pleased with it. We actually are going to plans to remaster the vocals on it. We just weren't 100% happy with the first time around, but so yeah, it's something to look forward to. We are going to make a new music video for it as well.
Looking forward to that.
That's going to be animated, like.
Ooh, animated.
Yeah, well, not animated, but like the tech, like kinetic text. And,
I see.
We do all this ourselves. We don't have a budget to animate.
I mean,
if we have to animate, that's on me and Ellie, because we're the two in charge of the visuals. So.
I see. I mean, you could do another campaign if you want to.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna do a campaign, because we do have a second single in the works.
Ooh.
And we financed that ourselves, and I think it depends on what we decide to do for the music video. which we have a couple thoughts, but I'm going to keep those quiet for right now since they're not 100% yet, so I don't want to get people's hopes up. Um, but there is a new song in the works. We definitely are excited about it. The music's done. Uh, the lyrics are in progress. We also had we didn't love our original top line, so we kind of wanted to rework it as well. We were actually intending originally, hopefully, hoping to have it ready by last hall mat, but
It is what it is. Takes
it
time.
is what it is. Exactly.
Yeah. uh, I guess we can go into future / retrospect. What would you consider your toughest performance, be it with Constellation or be it yourself or with any other group?
I would say toughest performance. Thinking about this, I had an answer, and it's gone. Sorry. I think probably the roughest performance was the performance I think I did with Half Baked, as I started calling our unit, because most of the girls or people in the group did not really know the dance very well, and there was some interaction, and it looked half baked when I watched it back. That was the AUSA performance that we did of Miracle Wave. That will never see the light of day. I do have the video, but it will never see the light of day.
You're just keeping it hostage.
Pretty much. I'm like, it's here. I know I did it. I mean, my friend, she worked hard to do the handspring. But I don't know. It was a very half baked experience.
Was there a tough performance with Constellation or
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know why this wasn't the first thing to come to mind since it literally just happened. Hallmat was extremely rough.
Because of the environment
not
or the
staff,
stage?
not the Hallmat staff. It was the fact that they didn't get tech running for our tech rehearsal until halfway through our supposed dress rehearsal time. So we didn't have a sound check.
Oh.
We were one of 4 groups that was live singing, and I think only 2 groups got sound checks.
That's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
So it was bad, and then we ended up having to share mics with Ill Excite. So the mics were kind of that was again no fault of anyone who organized Hallmat's Idol Fest. It was mostly just the staff and the venue, really, but it was a bit unfortunate.
I remember people saying that there was dry air on stage. Was that
a
problem?
Yeah, that too. Yeah, no, and also they cut our mics right. The one mic wasn't turned on until I think about 20 seconds into our first song, and it's total silence because it's a live singing part.
Oh.
Well, it's not total silence, but it's just the backtrack.
Oh. Well.
So yeah, that was definitely our roughest performance. We definitely were not super pleased about it, but I mean, it was still an honor to be able to be selected to be in Hallmat's idol show, and I think people still said we did good. So I was like, you know what? If that's what people are gonna remember.
I mean, I do remember watching the stream, and even though it's unarchived, I do remember watching Constellation over there. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Even if it had a lot of problems, I know a lot of idols had problems with it.
Mainly doing with our vocals. I think we looked really good. Our costumes looked great. Our dancing was on point, but because of the dry air, I think, and the lack of sound check, the vocals were just not there.
I see. But yeah,
again, we are our harshest critics, so
yeah, I get that.
Of course, you always want to strive to improve. So yeah, and of course it's always a learning experience, but we still had a good time. Other than that, I mean, I loved meeting all the other idols that week because this was our first time and my first time down in the idol scene in Florida, which I had been following for a very long time. So I was like, oh, I know you, or oh, I know you. So like, I was like, I know you from the internet. So it was really cool to get to meet a lot of people that I had just known from online.
mm,
So it wasn't a total loss, and we did get a lot of cheers. And I think Orly did a shout out to Orly for his UOs.
yeah. And all right, I'll say like home at staff kind of sucks because like they really didn't want people to mix or WOTA, which whatever.
Yeah, no, it was very sad. I mean, people are still cheering.
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess it's the Wotage that they didn't want, which I get because it's a lot of movement and they don't want like you whacking people, I guess. But
I guess,
you know,
but
it's
if
a shame.
if someone's
It'll
doing
come
that, get out of the
eventually.
way, right?
One day, idols will take over the entire continent.
Right.
I have faith. I have faith. I mean, we
Uh,
got so many up in Canada now.
yeah. There's some that I kind of want to interview. So
Yeah,
yeah.
do it.
Mm. On the other side of the spectrum, we did toughest. What would you consider your favorite performance that you've done?
I think my favorite performance was actually Otakon. I was watching it back when I was sending you the videos, and I was like, oh, that was kind of a fun performance. It was pretty good too. Um, so it was the first time we did Gathering Stars live. It was only a TV size because we hadn't totally like. I think it was either a time issue. Yeah, it was a time issue. We did size because we did 3 songs. Um, so that one was really fun. I think we just really had that like energy. Like we were really all like ready and in it, and like we just came together. Even though we had all, well, I had met Ellie previously, but I had never met Kiwi before in person. So it was really just a matter of when we came together and just did it, and that was really cool.
Mm.
Because like I said, most of our activities are online, so it was really special to be able to kind of be with them in person
Right.
and kind of see our hard work come to fruition in another way. Whereas yes, we work on our videos and we still want to like have put on a good experience as like net idols, but getting together and being live together is my favorite part of things. So getting to do that and do it well and have such a good reception to it was really nice.
Neat. Well, we did talk about Constellation as a group. Have you done or considered a solo performance before, or no?
I have done well, I was supposed to do it this year too, but I performed solo for the first time at Zankai Khan's Idol show last year, and I it wasn't a great performance. That's why again, the only footage is the VOD of the show. So it was fine. Like it wasn't great. Like I'm again being very, very, very picky of my own on my own rights. But anyway, yeah. So I actually hopefully have something planned for Otakon. Fingers crossed. Assuming I get in. I heard there were like 215 applicants.
Oh my
so
god.
we'll see. But hopefully, I would like to do some stuff. I mean, obviously, my ideal is to be in a group, as I think a lot of people have, and I do have my group. It's just I'd love for something more local as well, or just I have considered doing solo stuff, and like I said, I do have a couple things planned, mainly because I want to make my own solo costumes. Like, I just want to make this, and I need to find a reason to wear it, so I guess I should perform. So, and so I have considered it. It's not super high on my, like, to-do list, but I'm starting to, like, get my toes in. Just because I have been kind of getting the live performance itch more so, and like I said, with Constellation, we don't really get to perform live very frequently just because it's so expensive for all 3 of us to get together.
I see. Cause like Your most recent performance would be Magfest this year,
Yeah,
or okay, yeah.
Magfest. Yeah, Magfest this year was my most recent performance. It was a cosplay quintet that I put together, including one of the members formerly from Angel Hearts, which is the original Idolmaster cosplay dance group in the United States, and pretty much the blueprint for all idol cosplay groups.
You got a
Um,
veteran in there.
yeah, oh yeah, no, we love Marissa. And then we had Addie Sebastian. Love you, Addie. She was our Yayoi. And then I had two other friends, Sil and Kira, who had actually. They were the only two people who responded to my call when I was like, "Hey guys, I really want to do an Idolmaster thing. Can does anyone else want to do an Idolmaster thing with me?" So, and then I pulled myself up by my bootstraps and decided to also ask Marissa and Addie as well, because I knew Marissa was going to Magfest already and would be like, "Why didn't you ask me? I would have done it with you if I didn't ask her." So I was like, "Well, I should at least ask," and she agreed to. So it was very fun. It was a fun experience. Everyone loved the set, which was really cool. I had never had that much like like mix and call before, but because we don't really perform a lot of songs that have a lot of call and mix, so that was really cool. And it was just a fun experience. Again, we got cursed something, I don't know, maybe it's me, that sound checks just seem to be cursed because we didn't get a sound check for that either.
What?
Yeah, no one did though. We tried to we prioritized those who were live singing, thankfully, in this situation. Not the case at home at. But anyway. Yeah, we were like, all right, so it was like Phoebe, Alex, and Jenny, and I want to say, and Tara, that were all singing live. So we're like, all right, you guys go on stage first. We'll do a quick sound check for each of you. Everyone else, good luck. So I think we did get like 5 seconds on the stage, but like that was it. Thankfully, I made the decision we were not singing because a lot of those songs are not one hand friendly.
Right.
Also, I knew that the majority of my group doesn't sing or doesn't want to sing, so I was like, we'll just use the original audio. I actually did get custom audio. I had my friend boot up one of the games and record. I sent him our set our set positions, and I was like, all right, so in Idolmaster you can like choose which girls sing which parts.
Right.
So in the game, and so you can actually have it so the vocals match that.
Oh.
In the game, and so I had him record the vocals matching our characters' voices.
That's pretty neat.
So I at least like added to it. I made it a little bit more exciting than just I'm gonna play the master version and we're all gonna go with it. So. But it had a great reception, and I'm hoping I might do it again next year. I don't know. We'll see. I do like the idea of doing either something solo or something with like something more original based, but at the same time I'm also like, there was such a good reception to the cosplay thing that I'm like,
why not both?
Truth? Yes.
Do both. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of how I bridged the gap between it with Constellation, since it's kind of a hybrid
Right.
cosplay and not cosplay group, I would say, or at least that's how I classify it.
We did talk about the new original song, which is gonna come out whenever in the future.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know if we've even set a hard date for it yet, because, like I said, we were having issues with the original top line, so we're reworking it.
So, as an idol, is there anything that you want to improve on?
Yes, definitely. I want to say I really would love to kind of just, which I think comes with, again, my kind of my experience, like just being able to like physically experience live performance and just kind of doing it, because I firmly believe most skills are developed by repetition. So just getting myself out there more in the performance space is something that I really would like to continue and improve on. And with that, I think I really need to work a bit more on my facials and having them become a lot more natural to kind of my performance, as well as, of course, I'm not super confident when it comes to dancing. And while I do okay once I like have learned the dance, it does take me a long time usually to learn pre-choreographed dances and to memorize them, and then it's gone once once I'm done. I have one song that lives rent free in my head. That's a dance, and that's it. And it's "I Like Hamburger" from Idolmaster. I'm like, I don't know, why is it this one? Why? But it's a good song. It's a silly song. The dance is very very silly and stylized, which I really like. So I think that's maybe why it stuck with me. That was like the first dance I like actually like went out of my way to like learn. So I guess that's why.
That's why it stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like any specific goals that you want to check off your bucket lists before the year ends?
I would really like to at least perform a solo set once. We do have a couple. We would like to release our second song sometime this year. Ideally, it'll probably be realistically at this time frame, sometime in the fall or winter. And I would like to perform again and kind of redeem ourselves from Homet, which all of us were kind of feeling not great about our performance. So we wanted to not necessarily at Homet, but redeem ourselves on stage again.
Right. As someone who has been in, I guess, a veteran in the cosplay scene, also tenured in the idol scene, I'd say. And since we have like new idols and like semi-experienced idols like watching the show, do you have like any general advice that you would give them?
I feel like this is very general advice that I've seen from watching your other VODs and lives with this is just do the thing. If you want to do it, just saying, "Oh yeah, yeah, I want to be an idol. I want to debut," and then like not actually like unless if you really want to pursue it, just do it. Like get on stage. It doesn't matter. Like people are still going to cheer you on even if you're like sub your standards for yourself. You're still going to have, as long as you're enjoying yourself, I feel like that energy kind of exudes from you and into and kind of like becomes it's infectious. It's like it's a like if they see you having fun, they're gonna want to have fun too with you. So just have fun. Do it because you love it. Don't do it just because you feel obligated. Do also what you love. Be as self-indulgent as possible, even if it means you will find your people. Your people will come, and you will have there's a fan, there's a type of idol for everyone and a fan for every idol. So I think that's my advice.
I guess since you did travel to Japan, stay there for what, like a month, 2 months?
A month.
And you also went to a lot of shows, including one with Crazy Fantasy that I was with you with. Yeah. I was with you. Yeah, I was there. So
I was standing right next to you.
Yeah. Having like experienced that crowd and also the US crowd, what would you say what are some takeaways that you would oh my god, what are some takeaways that you would take from the JP crowd and would want to implement into the US crowd?
I would say the enthusiasm towards either an individual in which I think we're starting to see the enthusiasm towards like your favorite, your Oshi, your that, and being like able to kind of just continuously support them in by like you just like you show up for them all the time, kind of like how you do with Crazy Fantasy for a lot of it, or any just dedicated WOTA. I really would like to see. I mean, I think we're getting there. I think there are some of that. Other than that, I find that maybe it's just the shows that I've been to. The Japanese WOTA are a little bit more subdued, and I feel like maybe uh, the scenes are a little different, and just the matter of culturally, the Japanese are a little bit more reserved than Americans for the most part.
Right.
That there's not as much yakai there as at least a lot of the shows that I've been to
Yeah.
here.
I guess it depends
And
on
I
the
also,
shows. Yeah.
yeah, again, like I said, I think it depends on like the groups that I'm seeing. Cause yeah, no, there's yakai in other ways. Like there's definitely like, but it's not like to the same. Like I feel like not everyone's that way in Japan, but
Right.
I feel like everyone wants to kind of be that way in America for some, which is fine. It's fun. It's fun. I just feel like there's a lot more interest in being yakai in America than I guess in Japan.
I see.
I not necessarily saying that there's like I don't know. I should stop talking about this before I get canceled.
No, you're not gonna get
That
canceled for
there's not
that.
yakai in Japan too, because I've sure been. I had someone, a very nice older gentleman at the IMU one man I went to, move me away from. He was like, "Are you okay?" Like I was right next to like the tiger pit, and he was like, "Are you like?" He gave me a look like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then like he like eventually like motioned for me to like switch places with him when they started getting really crazy, but it was only like 10 people out of a crowd of like 300, so or 100. I don't even know how many people were there, but it was not many. Whereas I feel like the at least a lot of the standalone events that I've been to, which again probably in having been to most of the ones only on the East Coast, the East Coast has quite the impressive WOTA and Tiger scene. I feel like where it's just it feels more like a party and less like a live in a lot of ways.
Right.
But I don't know. I think each is special in its own right, and I don't necessarily have any things that I think that they haven't already started learning from being there. It's like, of course, yeah, we're still gonna get somewhere. I do like how we support everyone though, because sometimes it's like I feel bad for like some of the idols that I've seen perform when like the group or soloist before them has like 30-40 people cheering for them, and then those 30-40 people go to the drink bar.
Yeah.
And then you're like, or they just are standing in the back, just kind of either like casually waving a light stick or like, and not interacting with the crowd. So, or not interacting with the idols. So I am glad for that in the United States, that a lot of the time most people are very supportive of even the acts that they don't necessarily know.
Yeah.
At least while they're performing, of course, because
that's why I noticed too, being at like being at what IPLA, being at NUIF, and then going to Japan. Like everyone is there for everyone in the US, and then when you go to Japan, everyone is there for their Oshi, and that's it.
Yeah, you go for your Oshi, and if your Oshi's not there, you leave.
Which is like, yeah, I get the mentality, because like I do the same thing. Not gonna lie. 'Cause-
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that's also the difference of the saturation of idol culture, I
Right.
think, and like the amount of chica idols and performers of all sorts in Japan that like fall under the category of idol, is that there's just so much that like you really would have a very hard time supporting more than a couple groups or a couple soloists. I feel like just even from a financial standpoint.
Right.
So I think I kind of get it from a cultural aspect, but I also am like, you can at least stay.
I mean, like,
Especially
yeah.
if there's like 2 people in the crowd otherwise.
Right. Because, like, even for me, like, I'm at Crazy Fantasy set, I'm at Gloomy set, and then I'm at, like, at the front or whatever, and then once they're done, I get my checky, or, like, I go in the back and, like, wait for
Yeah,
Boopon.
that I think is okay because I mean, especially because you're making room for the Woda,
The actual fans of the next group or the next, like, act.
Exactly.
Right. Because, like, yeah, it sucks. Because, like, thinking of it, like, in the other way, like, if other people are going and cheering for, you know, Crazy Fantasy or Gumi, and then, like, they're out and never buy stuff, it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely it's very tricky in that way, and I also noticed from interacting with other Iris Woda is that everyone's very much like single-minded in their Oshiness. A lot of them is that like
Definitely.
it's even if they know idols, they might not necessarily know other like otaku culture, which is very interesting. I found out.
Is it specifically because, like, they're, you know, because of Iris, or like?
It might be a little bit more of a special case with Iris because they are, but I also am surprised that that more aren't like general like anime otaku, just because they like Iris does prepara and like there's like an anime component. All of them are voice actresses. So I don't know. I was very surprised because I was trying to talk to them. A couple of them and I were discussing how I was a cosplayer because I showed them I had my cosplay cards on me when we were waiting for an event, and they didn't know like any of the stuff, like any other things beyond like this, like what the general public would know basically, which was very interesting. I thought I haven't interacted with enough like Chica Woda to like kind of gauge whether they're that way too.
Right.
At least in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't interacted with anyone because of the language barrier, but
Yeah, exactly. That's my issue as well.
yeah, but I mean, if I learn enough Japanese, I could just like talk to them. But
Yeah.
it's very much
No, and I just am very. It's I think just also given just how they present their love for their Oshi, it is a little bit of a different vein than I think how Americans show their love for their Oshis. Like you'll see like very neat like all of the same button
the Ida bags? Yeah.
really, yeah, stuff like that. How they oshikatsu and such. Like I just think it's very interesting to note the differences between that and how other countries oshikatsu and show their love for their oshi.
Yeah, because, like, U.S., we don't have... I mean, like, no. The people don't have Ita bags, I guess, maybe.
People have Ita bags.
Ita bags, but, like,
Ita
idol.
bags for
Yeah. Because, like, it's definitely, like, a JP thing, mostly.
Yeah,
and we really have to, like... I wouldn't say, like, take the culture, but, like, get inspired by it.
Yeah, no, I guess, yeah, I think having, a little bit more, that edge of that aspect of the culture would be definitely good for the United States. Be like, yeah, you can show your love for your Oshi in other ways than just getting a cheki, and doing oshikatsu or chekibeshi.
For sure. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of guilty of it because I only do like chekimeshi, and I do have like a.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's no
shrine.
problem. I think people can oshikatsu however they want. I think that any form of oshikatsu is greatly appreciated by any idol.
Right.
So I think it's just more of how it's presented. I guess I don't know.
For sure. Yeah, it's very much different culture, and like sometimes
and I mean, that's
some
just,
aspects
like,
that we need to be inspired by.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a fundamental difference in just how things are.
Right. Taking it back a bit, what do you plan on doing after Constellation, or after like doing any idol stuff?
I'll probably keep going for a while. As I said, I should be taken out to pasture with how old I am.
No, don't say that.
Well, you know how old. Do you know how old I am?
No,
I'm old. I'm very old.
No.
There's so many children, or at least they're children to me, in this community. That makes me feel so old.
I mean,
But I would like really, which I need to get back into my lessons for it. What I really would like to do is similar to what Marmalade does, is create like costumes for people. Afterwards, and kind of continue to use my skills that I have to support future idols, even when I either run out of my own interest in this hobby slash whatever it is, performance aspect element, just a hobby to me. But as far as like, I'd love to just continue to be able to support idols even for a long time. I'm sure I'll probably keep performing until I can't perform anymore. Kind of the same with cosplay. I'll probably just keep cosplaying until I'm satisfied, I guess. Which, no, I probably have maybe another 10 years in me. Who knows? That'd be weird.
Cosplay till forever, you know.
Cosplay till forever. Cosplay does not have an age, so neither do idols, in my opinion. But, or at least if you're just doing it just to do it, like. Obviously, there are certain standards and such if you are going to be a professional, but that comes with any profession, I feel like. You're going to need a certain set of skills or requirements to meet.
Neat. Is there any upcoming cons, upcoming gigs that you want to promote? You have the floor.
If people are... I guess this is that I will be performing with my cosplay partner, Chibi Tifa, in Anime Boston's Masquerade. So that'll be fun. That's next month. Over Memorial Day weekend in Boston, as one would. And then other than that, I don't really have anything I can publicly talk about. I do have a couple things in the pipeline, but there's more to come. You have not seen the last of me.
Well, darn. I was expecting an IDOLEYEZ exclusive. No, I wasn't. Nah. I guess we will end on, on our very dumb segment that we always have called the worst pep talk ever.
Oh, this is my favorite part. I'm very excited for it. Hopefully my internet comes back.
Can you at least see me still or no?
Internet, you can do it. I believe in you.
Check 1 2 check 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
I think, are we stabilized? Yeah, we're stabilized.
Mic check. Check. Mic check. Check 1 2 check 1 2. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh, I did not hear you.
Oh no. Ah!
Oh,
check,
no.
check. 1 2 check. 1 2 check.
I can't hear you. I don't know what you're saying.
What if I... Hang on. I'll join. No, I'll hang out and join back.
Why is this not working?
And then boom.
Hang up and join again. Okay.
Check 1. Check. Check 1 2. Check. Oh no! Wait.
Oh.
Hang on. Check 1 2. Check. Check 1 2.
Hi. I can hear you now.
Okay. Worst pep talk ever. 1 minute. Can you hear me still?
I'm so excited. This is the part I was looking forward to the most, not gonna lie.
1 minute. Barry, you are awesome. Please stop doubting yourself. Please. I know you are your harshest critic. I know that feeling because I am the harshest critic of myself too. Yeah. But don't be so harsh. I do love your work with Project Constellation. I do love your cosplay work. I look at my IG story and see every single cosplay that you post, or like the Q&A from yesterday. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. I do want to see more idol costume designs. I hope you open like commissions or something in the future.
Yeah, one day, once I learn how to sew for other people.
But
it's a matter of like sewing for their body shape. And like not everyone's shaped the same. So like,
Right.
like I said, a big thing for me is fit.
Right.
So, I would like to something that fits people.
I do hope to see more costumes in the future, original. I do wish to see you perform more in the future, be it solo, be it Constellation, be it whatever. And, that's about it. Don't be so harsh on yourself. I know how that feels. Keep going. Keep
Sorry,
going
I
until.
was trying not to be. I was trying to be positive.
Keep going.
My negative Nancy comes out
Nah.
all the time.
Keep going until the wheels fall off, I guess.
Yes.
And
Barri Moss.
but that is it. Minute 30. So we are good on that.
Thank you. That was
Neato.
wonderful.
See, it's always the worst. It's
No, it was good. I
No,
loved it.
it
was
wasn't good.
wonderful.
I've had like one guest say it was awful, and that episode is gone. But
Well, see, like I said, it's okay to have things that are under wraps and not ever see the light of day ever again.
yeah, I know. But
But yeah.
yeah, Barry, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It has been a long time coming. I know it was like in February where I was like, yeah, Tama and Aiden recommended you and you should be
I was
on.
like, I'm honored. I love Tama and I love Aiden.
And then 2 months later, you're here. So yeah.
Definitely. Well, we were both at Natsumatsuri, but
Did I meet
I don't
you?
think-
No, we
I
didn't
think
know. No.
we didn't know each other.
We didn't know.
I knew you were going because like I saw your post,
Right.
but like I didn't know you.
'Cause,
So
like,
it was nice to like actually get to meet you and hang out with you before this too.
Yeah, it was fun watching Crazy Fantasy. It was fun actually, having other
Yeah,
people
no,
that I know watch my
Yes,
favorite
they're
group.
very fun. I quite enjoyed them. They definitely have another fan because of me. Well, because of you.
Yeah.
For them.
My influence. But
Actually, also recommended them. Someone in one of the idol servers I'm in was like, "Does anyone have any groups that are video game themed?" I was like, "Crazy Fantasy."
Crazy Fantasy. Yeah.
I was like, "Here you go."
Hell
I was
yeah.
like, "He's gonna be so proud of me."
But thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for everyone that has tuned in on this Sunday. Praise Barry, I guess. the Father, the Son, Holy Spirit.
Yes.
But yep,
You can leave. Yes.
praise Barry.
No, you can. You can leave little. I can't say it. Some MJ special for me. Leave a donation.
Yes.
That's green.
Go to Taco Bell too. Why not?
Yes, go to Taco Bell. Taco Bell's great.
But if you haven't followed Barry yet, follow her at that link tree. Has all of her socials, including MySpace and Tout
Yes.
and Ask Jeeves. And
Does it really have my MySpace?
no, it doesn't. No.
I was like, wait. I had to think about that for a second. I was like, oh crap. Is that MySpace link on my link tree? I was like, God, I haven't touched that since I was in high school.
But yeah, follow her if you haven't yet. VOD will be up by tomorrow. And when will there be another IDOLEYEZ? Probably this weekend. I have to see what my work schedule is, and I have to ask different guests. And that is it. Take care. Brush hair. Be kind. Rewind. Follow Barry, and we'll be going to our ending screen right now. Bye bye. Wow 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 wow.